Oxford.
And then it's up to you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get an access permit, it sounds as though, obviously, they're still quite willing for you to use them, walk through.
That's right. I've got a handy little cloth here for my glasses.
Oh, yes.
That's really
Yeah. I've got one of those, but I find mine. You still have to wash them because...
Oh, you do? Well, they do, but I mean, this jacket this jacket gets put in the washing machine quite a lot, actually.
Yes,
So.
right, it is. Yes, it's that little cloth that's attached to it.
And the finger I can see again.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this seems to hopefully, which is the proof will be when we download the images.
Yes.
But it does hopefully seem to be. But I do know that.
Behaving.
I mean, the manual is the worst I've ever come across.
Yes,
It's written by. It's obviously translated from Chinese by somebody who probably has done a equivalent of like a GCSE in English, and it's just useless.
Yeah, you said the
the videos are. You have to watch a video to. Yeah, but there are a couple of things, and you just wouldn't. I don't think you would guess, and even having, unless you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't know what effect it was having. So you couldn't really guess without the instructions, or without seeing somebody do it, what it is you're supposed to do.
We know that from all these other things we've assembled, don't we?
Yeah.
Come from abroad. And yes, you can do this in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, you know.
But I mean, for instance, the camera itself, when I got that, it was relatively intuitive because there's a menu and you click on that and then it takes you through the steps. There's a settings and you touch that and then you can go to another screen and change that. And that's okay, but this gimbal, there's nothing like that.
No, which is something you could do with.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, thankfully there are on YouTube a couple of helpful mods who've uploaded videos showing you how to set it up, so I shall have to watch it again to remind myself. But yeah.
Yes, and one day, maybe a day that perhaps the weather's a little more iffy, we go into Stowe so I can show you this chair. Just to try it out again myself.
I mean,
oh, it was so comfortable, so supportive. It supported the back of my neck.
Yeah, but I mean, if that was cheaper than the other thing that you went over to Bath for, and it's more comfortable, then I don't think there's any. I can't see any.
The only thing is, it's the fabrics.
Right.
I need to see whether I like them.
Yeah.
I mean, the one in the shop is just a sample, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I thought we'd be. I'm sure there'd be something we could get.
They have a whole range. And it says there are more online.
You might have to pay a bit more for a nicer one, or one you.
Well, you see, I did like that check.
Maple leaves.
Yes, lots. I know.
Sycamore probably, but even still, that is an Acer. Type of Acer.
In that New England, it's only at the top of the trees that they're bright red.
Yes.
Lower down they weren't.
Yes, which I suppose is where is sunscreen theory,
yes, exactly.
But as we said.
I think there's other combination of things.
Of course. As he said, it's only one of several, the one that he particularly likes.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I was a bit disappointed with that. They've been out there for 2 or 3 weeks apparently.
I gathered from what she was saying when I was
and yet, I mean, that lake which they went on in the first episode, have you seen the first episode? Might be worth us just watching that on the catch up at some point, because it was the best of them.
Yeah.
Anyway, she basically, they mentioned about this lake, Squam Lake, and I thought, well, that'd be interesting. We might see. They barely went to the lake at all, did they?
No, not at all.
It might as well never have been anywhere near the lake.
No, it didn't. I got a bit fed up.
They might have been back home really for all. I mean, all the animals that they really focus on were squirrels and raccoons.
Well, raccoons, but there was those,
chipmunks.
Chipmunks.
Yes, they're cute, but I mean, when you think they went on at first about how they got these big, dominant alpha predators, and you never saw. Well, you saw a bit of a coyote.
Oh,
and the bobcat, which is quite cute. Yeah.
But even he said, smaller than I expected. But she said, well, unfortunately, of course, it was raining, wasn't it?
Not much bigger than a house cat.
Yes. He was quite bedraggled, poor thing.
But I couldn't believe how many they said there were in the wild. About 3 million.
Yes.
There was a couple of
Did you see the card on the mantelpiece?
Yes.
Rita?
Yes.
Could you read what she'd said?
I didn't actually look.
Idlewild.
Ah.
I thought that can't be right.
Why?
Well, it's not in that part of
true. There were some odd things there. At one point, they went on about how it was 80% forest, the area, which was fine, and obviously great, and saying how couldn't, you know, hardly any humans. And then another point, she said one of the most dense, you know, densely. Well, yeah, but the whole, she said the whole sort of New England, and I thought, well, that's not true. You might, Connecticut possibly, but the rest of it, New Hampshire certainly isn't densely populated. It's about, it's about as densely populated as Scotland. About as densely populated as Scotland. Well, I think she said where we are, which I thought, no, because it wasn't, obviously. And Maine is even less densely populated. And I was slightly surprised that they didn't include New York as part of New England, because I thought Upper New York State was New England, but maybe they don't consider it to be.
Massachusetts, Boston. I mean, you know, if they're sort of including some of these big cities.
Well, you'd have to overall, wouldn't you?
Yes.
But, yeah, it does.
It's misleading then to say how densely populated.
Oh, it is. I mean,
relatively, compared to the rest of the states, a relatively small area. But it is just in sort of pockets.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where they were, crikey. I mean, New Hampshire is a real wilderness in places. Lake, what was it, Lake Winnipesaukee? Winnipesaukee or something? Yeah, and of course Champlain, which I think is in Upper New York State, I think.
I think it goes along, doesn't it? Because part of it, remember that programme we saw about the fighting?
That's right.
Parts of it where they were in English territory, but they kept going into French.
Yes, that's right. Well, at one point she said Squam Lake is the second largest, well, it's the largest lake entirely in New Hampshire, or the second largest lake entirely in New Hampshire, which obviously leads you to believe that there's obviously a bigger one, which is not just in. So.
Yes. Well, if that was all said in the first episode, I don't think I could have said it.
No, I don't think you did.
Now, where do you think this branch is?
I'm just looking. Hee. Oh, we're very close to it. About 50 yards, or 100 yards. We should come to it on the right.
Yeah. You can see it.
Yes. We're climbing quite well. We're less than, not much more than half a mile from the main road now.
You hear it, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, we just went out of that restaurant last night, didn't we? Fell on our feet there. You've never had a better liver and bacon. Actually, it was liver and serrano ham, wasn't it?
Yes.
How's the ham? Was it?
I told you it was lovely. It was just like crispy bacon.
Yeah.
But it was properly crisp.
Yes.
Which is what I like.
And your mash was
It was smoky too.
Remind me again what your mash was. It was that
bubble and squeak.
squeak. Yeah.
And then Savoy cabbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was absolutely lovely.
No, well done. Good. Hats off to the chef.
It was, as I say, because we've always said that other liver and bacon that we had at Chiddingfold.
Well,
it was every bit as good as that.
I know you said, if not better, so
Yeah.
that's saying something.
Yeah.
Must be. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, the old game birds. Here comes. Oh, here comes someone as well. So, let's bring a dog. We'll let him go first. Oh. Yeah, we're doing well. 2 miles now.
Well, hello.
Morning. That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, not much more than an hour either, so that's very good progress. Given we spent 10 minutes Well, I spent at least 10 minutes faffing about. There's a lovely bunch of oaks over there. Nice to be out into the sun again, actually.
I was hoping we could across here because nice though that was.
Yeah.
It's quite, I wouldn't cold, but
No.
warmed up quite nicely.
No, but when there's such a lovely day, it's a shame to be.
Get the view.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hope it's like this all the way.
Indeed.
With no styles,
No.
and difficulties.
Indeed. Lake Champlain. Yeah. Yes. That was good, wasn't it? Ah, I think you might even better. Do you know what I think? There's a ridge. I wonder if you guess what I think it is. Oops, what have I done?
Oh.
Right in the
What's the
distance.
Share Beacon?
Right in the distance.
Oh.
I think that's Edge Hill.
Oh. Well, were you looking there or over there?
Over there.
Oh.
I think that could be looking towards Edge Hill.
But what's that right through there, that gap? Some of it is sort of cloud.
What's that?
But
Well,
it's sort of like a building or a hill or something. I mean, it's
that's
obviously
not quite sure where you're looking.
Well, see this
Yeah.
funny little shed thing?
Yeah.
Well, this gap to the left of it,
Yeah.
if you look right through the middle, there's something more pronounced than just mist. Like a clump or something. Can you
Oh,
see
I
it
can
right
see
on
it.
the horizon? Darker smudge than the rest of it.
Not really.
Oh.
I can see a sort of a smudgish thing, but I can't, it doesn't to me seem to be anything significant. Not really. You might be seeing something I can't, but of course. But
Well, it's more than just mist.
okay.
So, what do you think we're looking at then on that horizon? What would that be?
No, I don't know really. It doesn't seem to be anything much. Just really flat, just peaching into flatness.
No, this
I mean,
is
you're looking
flat. This is a raised thing. Like that ridge there is quite obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's a deeper colour. Well, this what I'm looking at is something like that.
I mean, I can just see as a bank of cloud
This is
beyond.
Yeah, maybe it's.
That's all I can see.
Yeah,
To my mind,
yeah.
I'm afraid to say.
You're probably right.
I mean, over there, sort of
Yeah.
going towards. Possibly it could possibly
You
be.
see, there's something there in the middle distance. There's sort of little bumps.
Oh, yeah, but I think that's I think that's just
You think they're little clouds?
cloud.
Do you?
I know what you're saying. Yeah. I don't think it's a hill or
No, how
something. I know
disappointing.
it
Just
looks,
a
it looks
thicker
a bit like
of mist or something.
yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
possibly some trees and
Well,
something.
yeah.
Whereas that, I mean, it's clearly a.
But funnily
ridge.
enough, that thing I was looking at through the middle
Yeah.
there has vanished.
Yeah,
So it
right,
almost
yeah.
moved. So I
Yeah,
think, as you say, maybe it's just a bit of
I
cloud
think it
that's
was
blown
a bit of an
away.
illusion.
Yeah, what a shame.
When we, having said, when we get to Dover's Hill, we will be able to see the moorlands and Breeden Hill
Yeah.
on a nice day. And that's very attractive. Just over the other side, that's Batsford, and that that's sort of up the other side from if we walked up from the house, we would come to that. Sort of
I mean, this
scene.
this looks like manicured parkland. Is it part of Northwick Park where we've just walked
I
up?
think it's actually arable.
Yeah, it's very neat though.
It's very neat, but I think it's
border
arable.
of
I
that
think if you got
field.
close to it, you would see it's a bit like this.
Really,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Just in cloud and
From a distance, it looks very. I think you need to see somewhere where there's lots of trees in the middle. When it's sort of bare like that,
yeah,
and maybe just the odd tree, I think it's much more likely to be arable.
yeah.
Oh, something like that. Skeptical, dubious. What's going on?
There's a bit of shadow there, if that will help.
Just tighten that. Hold on. Stay
I
tight.
wonder if, yes, as you walk, the
Yeah.
motion loosens something.
Well, shouldn't do. If I've